time to begin. Oh, I'm looking forward to this episode. There's something I've been carrying for quite a few years now, and guess what? It's time to release it. It's time to let it breathe. You see, I've always wanted to give, even back when I had very little. Actually, especially back then, that's when it began to take root in my mind. I can remember around 2009, and this was not long after YouTube was even invented, and I came across a video of a guy in New York City, and at that time he was being called the modern-day Robin Hood. He was walking through the streets of New York, throwing out cash in the air, handing it out to strangers, sometimes tossing it in the air, sometimes just placing it directly into people's hands. And what struck me wasn't the money, it was the look on people's faces. The surprise, the relief, the joy, the happiness. And for a moment something shifted in me. I watched that video more than once, and I remember saying to a friend, half laughing, half dreaming, "Do you think a bank could sponsor us if we did something like that?" Obviously, I didn't know much about money back then, but what I did have was a feeling, and it was a very clear one. I just wanted people to have what I had, or more. That's always been in me, the belief that people shouldn't be left behind, that no one should feel smaller because they don't have access, because they don't have confidence or that extra push at the right moment. I didn't have language for it back then, but I just knew I wanted people to feel equal, like we're all on the equal grounds, to feel capable and to feel seen. Sometimes that desire to give arrives long before the ability to do it. And that doesn't make the desire naive. Actually, it makes it very patient. So over the years, my life unfolded, work grew, the online world shifted in a big way, and my YouTube Sleep channel made a lot of money. And then I lost a lot of money in the collapse of one of my projects, but still, I had some reserves to begin again. And only recently this podcast, Tiny Daily Kick, this has come into being. A place for me to speak honestly, to share with you, to find my voice, and to remind you that change is possible even with micro shifts. And that's where, somewhere along the way, something changed, and it became possible. To the point where my company, Zen Media Group, who runs Tiny Daily Kick, is now in a position to give in a real, tangible way. And I want to say this clearly because clarity matters here. This isn't giving because anyone asked for it, and it isn't something I expect from anyone else. I'm simply giving because I can. That's it. I want to share. And this is the launch of the Tiny Daily Kick micro grants. They are fully funded by my company. There are no donations. There is no fundraising. There is no pressure. This is simply me turning something I've carried for years into action. The micro grants exist to offer small financial support, anything between $200 and $2,000, for people who are ready to begin something, a project, an idea, or a step they've been holding back on because one practical barrier kept getting in the way. And I understand this isn't about fixing lives, but it is about helping momentum find its feet. I've learned that confidence often arrives after action, not before it. But sometimes that action needs a helping hand. There have been times in my life where I've wanted to do something, in particular recording a CD, and we had everything ready to go, but we just needed a hand at that time, and we didn't have it. And I remember that very well. And if I can just help out in some small way, I'm going to. So, micro grants officially has begun. If you're working on something real to you, and a small boost would help you move forward, you can apply by clicking on the apply link now shown in the notes below. And I want to say this gently, whether or not this ever touches you directly, I hope it still lands somewhere meaningful, because the deeper idea here isn't about money. It's about noticing where you can give. Now, for some people, that's financial. For others, it's time, listening. For some, it's encouraging another, a connection, even a simple opening of a door for someone. So today's tiny daily kick is notice one place where you can give. And not because you should, but because you can. Just let it be an expression of who you already are. Look, I'm genuinely excited about what's ahead this year. There's something about 2026 that feels open, like a year where steady things can take root and grow. Now, if this episode resonates with you, you're welcome to share it with someone who might need a reminder that beginnings don't have to be big to be real. You might want to also share it with someone you believe or you know that could possibly do with a little head start on a project or something that they're working on, something that can help them. Until next time, I'm Jason Stephenson. Imagine boldly, then go out and live it.